back, everybody. My first guest tonight is an Academy Award-winning actress. She is currently starring in 3 films: The Banger Sisters, Igby Goes Down, and Moonlight Mile. We're thrilled to have her here tonight. Please welcome Susan Sarandon.
They're nice crowd.
Oh, they're excited to see you.
Yeah.
As am I.
Thank you.
3 movies right now. I have not seen The Banger Sisters, but I saw Igby Goes Down, which I loved. Moonlight Mile I saw last night. And
Well, you just go right out now and go see that other one.
I'm going right now. I will be back in 2 hours.
My daughter's in the other one, in Banger Sisters.
I'm going to go see that.
Yeah. That's a funny one. But, you know, actually,
Moonlight Mile
is very funny.
No, I mean, trust me, there's a lot of funny stuff in Moonlight Mile, but it's also, it's a tearjerker. It really...
Yeah, but either that or your wife's already upset about this marriage. I don't know. No, I mean, there's stuff that's upsetting,
actually,
but how long has it been?
She was crying for days before we went and saw the movie.
Because it does present a picture of a kind of comfortable union, you know. She may already be saying, oh my gosh, I don't want to...
Who is this freak?
That many years down the line, oh no. I don't know about that.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that reassurance. No, but it was really, you must be getting this reaction a lot from people. It's a movie that grabs you.
No,
it's very intense.
It's a very good movie, and it's very specific, and what's great about it is that I'm really pissed off. So, you know, I've been talking to people who have had losses lately, and one widow on the 11th when I was in a firehouse, she said, you know, I've been wearing this badge that says, it sucks, and everybody keeps telling me I can't do that. And I said, you're going to love this movie because I'm so angry in it and so funny and kind of without any social graces. That,
and not just being a victim. You're actually you're funny about it, too.
Very funny, and because, I mean, you know, it's an odd situation, right? When some kind of horrible thing happens and people are trying, they don't know what to say, they don't know what to do, and Dustin's very anal and kind of tries to take care of everybody, and Jake's caught in the middle with this secret. There's a little romance goes on. So, I mean, I'd just never seen anybody mourn like that, you know, that way, and I hope when I grow up I'll be like her.
That's funny to say.
So
when I want to be like one of the characters I played.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
You have done theater, obviously, in addition to movies. What's the main difference? Because I don't do either one. I don't understand either one.
Well, it's kind of, you could say, kind of like the difference between making love and masturbation. I can say that on TV, right? Because it's late, right?
Well, you just did, so yeah.
Because there's probably people out there now who knows what, anyway.
I didn't understand, but now I do.
Because in theater, you actually have a relationship with your audience, and in film, you're just trying to get one little moment right all by yourself, almost.
Right.
With maybe an occasional sex aid of some kind. But,
okay, now we don't have to go that far to figuring this out, but you could tell me after.
But so theater is actually kind of scarier because you don't know what's going to happen in this relationship, but it's much more fulfilling ultimately. See, not that the other one isn't great.
To me, film... To me... See, we're not even talking about film anymore, are we?
Well, everyone's nodding out there, and I know they didn't all do film and theater.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a filthy, filthy crowd. Speaking of...
But they're grinning. They're so happy.
Yeah. Speaking of film and theater, Rocky Horror has become obviously this cult phenomenon that is just, I think, going to be around 2,000 years from now.
It'll probably be the thing that I'm remembered for.
But you know, have you gone and participated in that? Have you actually gone and been in a theater where it's happening? And what's that like when you're on screen? And
I'm kind of a lapsed Catholic, so it's the closest thing to a service that I get to these days because you're actually seeing something people are answering and then they're seeing. But in LA, I took Natalie Portman when we were doing Anywhere But Here. Was probably the last time I took Molly Ringwald. Before that, when we were doing The Tempest, which was 11, when it was really all over the place. But Natalie had never been, so Natalie and Lucas Haas and Thora Birch at that time, and my daughter, we went to the Midnight Show in LA, and the show was fabulous. The show in front of the screen was very together, and there were kids doing it whose parents had done it. It was like a passed on tradition, you know, I thought was kind of weird, but wonderful. And then, but the only problem was that the audience was not as disciplined as in New York. They were just, I don't know if they were trying to each invent their own new line, but they were just screaming obscenities for 2 hours straight, which was kind of like a Tourette kind of thing gone wrong, you know. And after about an hour, it got to be a little much. Now, maybe I'm just old, I don't know, but I like it a little more disciplined than that.
It'd be funny. Can you imagine those kids if you had run down and like started yelling at them, "You're doing it wrong," and they were just
trying to get together, could you, or have followed the bouncing ball or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Totally
no,
freak them out.
I could have been a disciplinarian under those circumstances, but no, I didn't. But I have to just go on record and saying the show was great. It was just the audience that sucked. But the show people were fabulous.
You know what? I'm a big believer in blaming the audience. But not you people. I love you. You know, I had this idea, and I want to talk to you about it. Reality TV is the huge craze right now, the Osbournes. Have you and Tim...
Not for all the money in the world.
Hear me out.
No.
You and Tim Robbins, everyone knows who you are. You have kids. I'm sure you got some animals running around the house. We make a reality show.
Shoot me if I ever do that.
Really? So you're not interested?
No, I don't even let people photograph in my house. My kids said, hey, they actually had that idea, which is a frightening thought, but they did have that idea because they watched it for a while and started cursing much more than they used to. But I like that show because I find out that they're at least talking to each other. And
they're a sweet family.
Scream at each other, but it's better than not saying, you know, if you have issues. You know, I like the fact, I like it. You can tell that they love each other, but no, I wouldn't do it. And I said, really, just think of what that would be like. You know, after an hour and a half, you would be...
Of having cameras in the house.
No, they just wouldn't do it. It would be an amusing show, but no, we're not going to do it. I'm not even writing a biography.
Really?
No.
Can I write an unauthorized biography of you?
That's already been done.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I'm not going to write one. Maybe all the people I could have slept with but didn't, but I'm not going to write one about the people that I actually knew.
I'm going to write one where I say I slept with a lot of people I don't even know. That's my plan. And just see if anyone buys it.
See if any of it comes true.
Yeah, right. And with computer graphics, they can put me with Cher, you know.
I think your wife is on the phone. Did you forget about her?
See, that's why my wife was crying before we went to the movie. These ideas I have.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about Moonlight Mile up front, but we have a clip,
That's good.
What do we need to know before people see this clip?
Jay can't figure out how Dustin and I are married. He just has asked for an explanation because we are very different. And
Jake is the fiancé of your...
now deceased daughter, but it's a riot. And at one point, Dustin and I have had a fight, and he goes out and I sneak a cigarette, and he says, I'm sorry, I just don't... She says, you don't understand how... And then I explain why we're still together.
Let's take a look at this clip from Moonlight Mile.
When I go to bed at night, I do 4 things. I drop my robe, slide into the sheets, turn on my left side, and stick out my ass. That's it. That's the signal. I back it right up there. Because I know when I do, no matter how cold the damn thing is, no matter how difficult it might feel, no matter how desperately we want to kill each other, it's going to be met by this warm body on the other side that's going to hold it. 2 arms that wrap around, pull me out of my head, quiet the voices, save me from myself without ever having to ask. Every night, 31 years. Every night there's my ass, and every night, he never lets me down.
It's a good philosophy.
It's simple.
Simple philosophy. And those are always the good ones.
Yeah.
Moonlight Mile and the Banger Sisters are at theaters now, and Igby Goes Down is playing in select cities. And go see that film. That's really a great film.
Thank you.
Susan Sarandon, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for stopping by. She feels better. It's your fault. George Stephanopoulos is coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.